Hello Libra, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. How are you, Libra? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. Look, I've got some oracle decks. We're going to look at the overall energy for the week ahead, and then I'm going to throw some tarot on it. We're going to get some details about the week ahead and all this energy that comes up in the oracles. Libra, welcome here, and if you are brand new and you've never been here before, there is a subscription button down in the bottom right-hand corner of this little square where I live. Should you decide to stay, let's find out what's going on with the oracles first, and then we'll get some tarot in on it for you. Tell me about Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra. We've got thinking of you. Very interesting. So a loving thought, serendipity. It does feel like if you are thinking about someone, someone is also thinking about you. I'm just going to say this is sort of a breakthrough. The sun is here. It's a breakthrough or a realization. And the realization is, well, it's science. It's quantum physics, right? That when two particles that are charged identically, when one vibrates, the other one will, no matter how far across the galaxy they are, even if they're, across the Milky Way from each other. So I feel like you've been thinking about someone, and if they are entering your mind, Libra, it feels like it's not coincidence, I want to say. We have card number 11. You might even be seeing numbers, possibly, maybe ones. Bottom of the deck, we have the search, and we have, it says feeling lost, confused, and lonely. And then we have Ganesha, who is the remover of obstacles. It says here, clearing away obstacles, protection, and guidance. So if you are feeling lost, confused, and lonely at this time, and you're searching for, in your mind possibly, as to why am I always thinking about this person? It's probably because they're thinking about you as well. I think there's an obstacle that's about to be removed between you and someone else. Look, it could be you and an employer, it could be you and a best friend, it could be you and a person in your family, but it feels like there is an obstacle that's about to be removed here with Ganesha showing up. All right, tell me about Libra. Tell me more about Libra, please. There is someone thinking of you. We've got conflict, so it could possibly be someone you've had emotional conflict with. This person's trying to do their best so that their boat doesn't get hung up on the rocks, right? So it feels like there has been some emotional conflict, that you're the one who's been trying to keep it on the straight and narrow, been trying to work things out, but I feel like you just keep hitting the rocks. It feels like there's a lot of conflict and obstacles. And so under the deck here in the future energy, we do have Ganesha, who is the remover of obstacles. We see the mountains in the background. Those can be obstacles, right? Bottom of the deck, we do have taking steps. So I feel like baby steps is what's in order. It feels like you need to find your way first, because it says here you're feeling lost, confused, and lonely. And this is card number 6. For some of you, it could be a decision that you're trying to make. 6 for me is the Lovers, and Lovers can be romantic energy, but it can also be energy that is about a choice. And so I feel like this conflict that you're in, this emotional conflict, is because you keep thinking about this person, and you're like, why do I keep thinking about them? And I just think there isn't anything else you can do but vibrate when your vibrational match is vibrating as well. Tell me more. One more card here for Libra, and then we'll get to tarot. Tell me about Libra. We have anger. So maybe that's the reason why we haven't really been speaking to each other, that possibly there's been silence. We have card number 9, which is Hermit energy, that since the emotional conflict that we had with each other, that possibly we're just not speaking at this time. And it feels like you're kind of lost and don't know what to do about it. I'm going to say you're going to get a download, because this person here is in a pink dress, and they're on the ascension. They're ascending up the stairs. So it feels like you're about to come into some sort of an ascension that is going to take you to some sort of a great achievement. It could be a family or a friend that you have been having these thoughts about, but maybe you're not speaking to them. Bottom of the deck says a message of peace. So a message of peace might come to you or you might send it. But this is card number 35, and it's about the self, but it's also about putting the hard work into something. We have regrets. So maybe you might have regrets about the way the things went down, the reasons why we're silent or not talking, or the emotional conflict. And yeah, let's talk about tarot. Let's find out what's going on in the tarot. For you, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Libra, if you are interested in a private read, there is a sale on 10% off of all of my services. Please look in the pinned comment below this video for your coupon code. There also is a sale, 75% off the first 10 minutes if you would like to do that reading face-to-face. If you would like to do it through text or through phone, you can connect with me that way over at Hipsy. Let's find out what's going on for Libra, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We've got the Emperor in reverse. The Emperor in the reverse for me is a bit of a bossy pants. We have the Hanged Man. We have the Three of Wands. Is this what I want to deal with for the rest of my time here? It feels like you're looking into the future. What do I really want for the future, Libra? Feels like I'm saying on your behalf, what do I really want? So it feels like this Hanged Man energy here tells me that you're trying to find a balanced perspective about what to do next. I think like you're dealing with an Emperor in the reverse. That might be the person that you're not speaking with. Now, the Emperor is someone who is a person of influence. So they could be your father or your grandfather or your grandmother. They could be somebody who is your employer, somebody who is a business partner. But this person is somebody who, when they're in the reverse, feels like it's their way or the highway. They're here to conquer. You're listening to me. I'm the one in the driver's seat. The Emperor in the reverse isn't listening to their intuition. They're not listening to their psychic notions. They're somebody who's lazy, who's not really moving forward, but expects everyone else to do it for them. Like this is somebody when this Emperor in the reverse is just not listening to who they really are. And they can be a bit bossy. They can be a bit of a conqueror. It's like, do as I say, not as I do kind of energy. Tell me about the Emperor in the reverse. We do have the Six of Wands. This person has quite an ego. They have quite an ego. And it's like this person doesn't really want to have to get up and do it. They don't want to. It's like they're the person who presents all of the numbers to the president of the company, but they want you to do all the footwork. They're the lawyer, but you're the one that's finding all the information for the case. So they're taking credit for a job that you have done here, Libra, is what it feels like here. This is a person of influence, and no one else knows that the Emperor's in reverse but you, because you can see it. This person's kind of up on their high horse. They've got a bit of an ego. They love attention, but they're just not willing to do the work that it takes to get the attention. They want someone else to do the work. We've got the Four of Swords. I feel like you are not really speaking to this person right now, as I said here with the card number 9, which is the Hermit, that you're not speaking with them right now. And I feel like this is a contemplation place. It's a place of contemplation. What do I want for my future? Is this something, do I want to put up with the Emperor in reverse for the rest of my time here? Like, what do I want to do with that? Because it feels like this person is deep in their ego, and they probably don't get it. But I feel like you see it and you have a perspective to come to here. We do have the Ten of Wands. It's weighing very heavy on you. You're about to make some sort of a heavy decision here, Libra. Did I say that to you last week? It might have been you, but I can't remember now that I'm trying to think back. But it feels like something's weighing heavy on you, and I think it's the hope for your future. It feels like you're trying to gain a perspective about what I can do to make myself feel stable in a situation where it doesn't really feel like this person wants to give you any stability. Tell me about the Emperor and the Six of Wands, please. This person is somebody who is like, you know, we all know that one person, right? The person we know who we can see them because the third eye's open and we see them as being fake. Really fake, fake ass, everything. You don't really understand how people are taken in by this person because you see them clear as day. This person is someone who is performing for the camera. When the camera's on, they are someone who is everybody's friend. But behind the scenes, they're not a person that anyone really wants to hang out with because they are bossy pants. Tell me more about Libra. We've got the Ten of Swords. Yeah, that's the thing though, right? The Ten of Swords is here. I feel like it feels like somebody here is looking to leave a job. Yeah, there's a tower at the end of all of this here. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. Look, you're pulling big cards here, Libra. It feels like there is... Okay, if this is a romantic thing for you, let me just get that out of the way first, because it's kind of, I keep talking about the Emperor as being a person of influence, but I feel like for some of you, you could be connected to this person as someone who is romantically connected to you. And I feel like there's been a fight or an argument because this person is like forcing you into doing things you don't want to do, or they're a person who just discounts whatever you have to say. It feels like you've been silent with them because there's been emotional conflict here. It feels like for the time being, it feels like you've released it, or that you feel like this is probably over. If this person doesn't reach out to me, this is probably over at this point. It feels like if it is a romantic connection, that if you do release the Emperor, it feels like what you're supposed to do, because I feel like there's someone new in your future. I feel like you don't really have to put up with this, and nobody should. Nobody should have to put up with an Emperor in reverse, whether it's somebody you're in a relationship with or somebody who is your superior at your workplace. So we have the Emperor in the reverse here. So I feel like somebody, going back to what I was talking about before, this person of influence is somebody that you see clearer than other people see them. Other people can't see past the mask, which may be the Six of Wands, which is they could be a Leo rising. People don't tend to see past their mask. And the Ten of Swords being in the reverse tells me that you've already seen it, and I think that you want to release it. Now, I feel like you're in some sort of a big sort of spiritual pause, because this is going to impact your life. Like, it's going to make a really big impact with the Tower here. It's going to get you out of the Ten of Wands, and it's going to start you on some sort of a new path. Like, good news is here. But the Tower is what you're going to have to go through to get it. Do you understand? Yeah. So the the Wheel of Fortune is here. I said the 10 of because it's card number 10. But it feels like there is something new that's about to begin here. And it's all going to work out in your favor. The Wheel of Fortune is fortunate change, but change nonetheless. And look, we have the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune. This is major change. So you're going to have to make a decision to make major change in your life. And I don't think it's anything that the Emperor does to you. I feel like you are taking back your power. I'm not saying that you have to do this right away. I'm just saying that you need to start taking steps. Taking steps to do that. Because I feel like you're not happy where you are right now, Libra. Whether it's in a relationship, whether it's your boss, somebody who's a friend. But this person is somebody that really puts you through, or makes you jump through a lot of hoops. And really, I feel like you haven't said anything to them about it because the High Priestess is here. You keep it under wraps. You just go home and heal. You let them say what they're going to say. It's almost like they have power over you, or they are your boss, or it's like this person has the power to make things really rough for you. And so I think that you don't say anything, but you go home with this perspective of, I don't want to go back there. I don't want to see the Emperor again. Tell me about the Hanged Man, because this is your perspective here. I feel like you're deep in perspective, looking into the future, not saying anything, but I got to figure out what I want. Because what you want is right behind you here. We've got the Empress sitting at the veil. What you want is right behind you here. And you're going to have to be brave enough to reveal it, to say something, or quit the job, or whatever it is. And I feel like finances might be your biggest concern. The Hanged Man is the perspective, or taking a pause. Maybe you're taking a pause and looking over your stuff financially to say, if I walk out of this job, if I walk out of this relationship, can I financially take care of myself? I feel like you probably can. The King of Pentacles being here. We do have the Strength card. And the Strength card is you holding back, holding your tongue. It's been really hard for you to do so, but I think you are doing just that. We have the Six of Cups. There's the kicker. There it is. It feels like you've you've known this person for a very long time. So they definitely could be someone you've dated for a while. They could be family. They could be a friend. They could be someone at work that you consider to be a friend. Maybe they are your boss. But this person, I feel, is someone that you've known for a long time. And that, I think, is the only reason, Libra, that you're not saying anything at this time. The thing is if you come to a decision that you want to drop your burdens here, the good news is the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower are here. This is not going to be easy. I'm just saying, it's not going to be easy, but that shouldn't deter you from whatever it is that you want. The Wheel of Fortune is deep change, like big change. And we know that because the Tower is here. And so it feels like you're going to have to crumble or allow to fall to the ground the illusion you've built up with this person, that you respect them, that you want them in your life. I don't care if it's your mother or father. If they don't treat you right and they're in the Emperor in the reverse, then you go ahead and do what you've got to do. Tell me more about the Tower. About the Two of Swords, you don't want to look at it. The Sun's going to blind you, though. And the Three of Cups. Look, it works out the way that you want it to. The Fool is in the reverse. I feel like this is your fear right now. Your fear is probably the Fool in the reverse, that I don't have as much as I think I do. If I step off the edge, if I go on my own, if I start something new, am I going to look a fool? I don't think you will, because and that's all relative as well. Like, are you going to look a fool? That's all relative, right? I jumped out of my corporate job of a very long time, over 10 years, and jumped into this business. And was I scared of falling and skinning my knees? Absolutely. I was scared I was going to have to go crying back to a 9-to-5 job, right? I mean, nothing is guaranteed, but I feel like you need to make a decision, my friend. And I think that the Sun is going to be showing up in the week ahead, and it's going to blind you. I'm going to say it's going to blind you. And I feel like no matter whether you still have this blindfold on or not, you're going to have to make a decision. The good thing is the Wheel of Fortune is here, the Tower, they're both here for mercy, working in your benefit. It's destiny that something changes, and I think it works out in your favor. With the Three of Cups here, it's celebration. Look, you might just feel free after you get rid of this person. It feels like it's a ridding of somebody, is what it feels like, and you're being guided to do that at this time. Is it going to be scary? Yep, it is. Absolutely it is. Because not only are you getting away from somebody here who I feel has a hold on you of sorts, you have to do it on your own, or go find the new job, or do I have enough money in the bank while I'm looking for a new job? But it feels like this good news is showing up here. So for those of you who are looking at this as a relationship reading, I feel the same thing for you, that there is something new coming in the future. You will celebrate once you realize the Tower and the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune is a major revelation. You're going through some sort of an awakening. You're ascending, right? She's ascending the stairs. And you are going to come to a place of great achievement, but it's not going to be in the presence of that person. Because you're a hard worker, you're a subject matter expert, you're a person who is a perfectionist, you're somebody who knows what you're doing, and you have all of the skills that you need to do it. But first you must close the door to something else. And the problem is you can't see the future, and you need to learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because look what's on the other side of the moon. 10 Pentacles, man. Whether it's finances or longevity or long-term relationship or whatever it is, it's waiting for you. But you have to have the know-how to close this door, to close the chapter, and just leave the Emperor in the past. All right. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much, Libra, for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to be back because I'm always back. And if you're back, I'll definitely be here. You guys take care. Bye-bye.